Ireland, a land of ancient mystery and magic. From the rugged coastline to the mystical woodland, from the majestic lakes to the luscious green fields, they all tell a story of bewitching interest. Due to the countless invasions, destruction of written historical records, and in many cases the lack of written record at all, it is hard to determine who were the first people to land on Érenn. As the story goes, Cessair, daughter of Bith and granddaughter of Noah, led her people to Ireland, and so they were the first to inhabit the land. This is the story. Noah had a son named Bith, and he was refused entry to Noah's Ark, along with Ladra and Fintan. Bith had a daughter called Cessair, who was 10 years old at the time, and was told to gather a group in order to escape the impending flood. At this revelation, she, with the help of Ladra and Fintan, along with 50 capable and skilled women, built an ark themselves, and Cessair granted passage to her father Bith with Ladra and Fintan if they acknowledged her as leader, which they did. So they set sail to Inishval, the land of destiny, Ireland, as the belief that Ireland was unoccupied by man and so was free of sin, hence a safe place to escape the flood that would cleanse the earth of evil. They were on open water for 7 years, crossing all over the world, from the Nile all the way to Asia Minor and the Caspian Sea. Across the Mediterranean, they sailed up rivers as far as the Alps and lost 2 of their 3 ships along the way. At last, from a tower in northern Spain, Cessair saw the coast of Ireland in the distance and knew their journey was nearly at an end when they finally approached the land at Dun-na-Mara, a port of Kirkagwibna in Kerry. Cessair was the first to jump off the boat and therefore was the first person and woman to set foot on Ireland. Fintan mac Bachra was the first man. As there was 3 men, Bith, Ladra and Fintan, they decided to divide the women and sheep they brought with them into 3 groups. Cessair went with Fintan's group and they were married. Banba, a great female warrior, took control of Ladra's group. Bith eventually died after succumbing to the overwhelming responsibility of fathering children with 16 women. Cessair and Banba divided his group of women and split them between their own camps. Ladra also succumbed to the pressure and died, leaving Fintan with all 50 women. Again, this was all too much for one man, so he fled in the shape of a salmon, as he was a shapeshifter, leaving Cessair devastated and alone, and so she died also. Banba was the only woman to survive the Great Flood, and as the story goes, so did Fintan, and together they became the race known as the Fomorians. Long before the Gaels and the Celts, 5 invasions are outlined in the Lebor Gabála Érenn, the Book of the Taking of Ireland, or the Book of Invasions, a collection of poems and prose narratives in the Gaelic intended to be a history of Ireland and the Irish people from the creation of the world to the Middle Ages. This outlines the stories of the first peoples of Ireland, Cessair, Partholon, Nemid, Firbolg, and the Tuatha Dé Danann. Cessair and Banba are 2 of the original goddesses of Ireland. Banba, Eru, and Fála make up the triple goddess. Like in many cultures, our origins were misconstrued and altered to fit the new invaders and religions. We are not a Celtic country. We are so much older than that. Thank you for listening. Good night.